Greetings, fellas. Happy quarantine. Happy Friday. It's another episode of them boys getting together talking about them buildings.
There was a mayor in Atlanta named Maynard Jackson. When he took mayoralship, this is what he said. He couldn't find one African-American architecture firm at that time. So one African-American architect.
So we've come to an agreement that today's episode is going to be on one of Jennifer Lopez and A-Rod's homes. Which home we agreed on, fellas? The Florida mansion, the LA mansion, or the New York City mansion?
Which one cost the most? The penthouse?
The penthouse might be the penthouse. That one's at 20.
The penthouse is the smallest one.
$25 million. Good old New York City money.
That joint got a heliport?
Hella cost.
3,000 square feet. How big is it? 6,500 square feet.
That's fine. Let's bring it home.
We got 3 parts. We're gonna do 3 parts.
Yeah, we haven't done anything.
Najib, you running?
Yeah, let's bring it home.
You doing the run of show, Najib? You got us on terms of like what outline so that you know we got all the pointers. So that's the building right across the street from Madison Square Park, corner of Madison Avenue and East.
I know that block.
Oh,
you know that view.
That's the same building where Vera Wang is at.
Yeah.
I used to work right over there.
Around the corner. TPG's around the corner from there. Yep. Walked there many days for lunch. 21 East 26th Street, the Whitman. So a pretty unassuming front entry.
So is it this building?
It looks like that's it.
Oh,
21 East 26th.
That's the one on the right.
I think it's the short one because it says it's only 4 stories on the.
Okay. Yeah, I think you're right.
All right, so let me run down the stats. So there's a 6-story building. It's got 4 apartments or 4 condos.
How many stories?
6 stories. 6.
6 stories.
You got sticks?
Yes.
It was built in 1924. This building is the penthouse, is referred to as the crown jewel of the Whitman Mansion. The residence is comprised of 3 full-floor, 4-bedroom, 5.5 bathroom residences, 5,000 square foot interiors, and a 1 true duplex, which is the one we're probably looking at, which is 6,250 interior square feet and 3,000 square feet of private outdoor space on 2 levels.
Yeah, because we saw the floor plan and it had 2 floors. So,
man, looking at that building, even for being a duplex, you said 6,000 square feet. You would never think.
What style of architecture does it say it is?
No specific style yet. If we were to look at it and guess, what kind of style would you give this? Let's see. It's got some of those English. It's got
columns.
English.
Always look at the columns.
So they refer to it as a Georgian style building.
That seems like that's always the default.
Georgian.
Everything's not Georgian.
We ready to walk through the space?
Let's walk it, man.
Yes, sir. Mad yoga mats in this joint right now.
All right.
So this is access to the penthouse. I mean, not the penthouse, the roof deck.
Got a nice little skylight there.
So we know nothing's on top of it.
I'm digging. Well, there might be outdoor space because remember they have two outdoor decks. So
no, that's what I said. So we know it's access to the
right. You know, there's another floor. Right. I'm digging it. The colors are sort of all flowing together. The space doesn't seem too cluttered.
I see 2 light fixtures. So the joint is lot of daylighting.
A lot of daylighting, natural lighting.
Banking on that.
There's light from above, as you can see.
Yeah. So that's facing the front because we can see the park outside the windows.
The architect complied with energy code because we don't have a lot of light fixtures like we've seen in past houses where they overlit the space.
Yeah. Just at the wall here, there's a soffit that has recessed lighting that's throwing light down on that wall. But that's pretty much the only ceiling light we see.
The floor pattern is interesting because usually you run that the opposite direction
to stretch the space.
But it also could depend on the floor construction because usually if your joists are running the short direction, you go the opposite direction with the wood floor. Typically.
So yeah, it looks like the only lighting we're seeing, or at least the only built-in lighting, is the recessed lighting in the soffit that's framing the walls.
Yeah, and the rest are lamps. It's a nice room. Yeah, okay. My issue with that is the taller buildings on the left and right side.
Mm-hmm.
So you're in a penthouse, but there's no privacy. Yeah.
But then again,
They
those
usually-
taller buildings might not have those windows there.
Yeah, you'd be foolish to put a window on those sides.
No, I saw.
But it had
I
'em.
thought
It
it
had
has
'em.
windows.
It had him. It had him on the other side.
Hmm.
Yeah. So in terms of the flow, we can look at the floor plan later to see a flow of the space.
Yeah, it's narrow. I mean, it's a typical New York townhouse style apartment almost, but on a much larger scale.
Right. So this clearly, this unit obviously encompasses the entire floor. This isn't like the penthouse access the entire floor, both floors, the top two floors.
Now they got these lot line windows here. That's what I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So they definitely taking advantage of the adjacent buildings being shallow and having a massive rear yard.
Now, call me crazy. I have not seen any even recessed sprinkler heads.
I don't see any either.
Might be grandfathered in.
Yep.
It might be, but
Existing spaces.
you do a renovation. Me and you did a renovation like this. They'd be like, "Yeah, you should put a sprinkler in the building. You paid 33% of over the quality value of the building. About time you can upgrade that."
Oh, the sink is at the window. That's a weird location.
That's a very weird location.
Hmm.
But you see the living room through that opening at the end of that dining room? That's the
Yes.
living room through there.
Does that windowsill fall below that cabinet?
It looks like it.
It looks like it does.
Yeah, there might have been existing windows. You know how a lot of times they're
Yeah.
regular.
Yeah.
They below the
No,
countertop.
it might not be. That might be the windowsill.
Well, if you look here at the
But
dining
that's the other side.
and then once it does jump up, it looks like it raises up because if you see this, follow the line of the convectors at the left side, this is higher.
It is a little higher, so it may be behind there. Yeah, I don't love that.
It's sort of a
If
restaurant.
it's existing, sometimes you gotta deal with it.
Well, yeah, but shit, you design the space.
Right.
I mean, clearly they wanted this as open as possible. So
Absolutely.
everything is sort of
Evidently.
sides, and it's really
Because
just
you-
a sort of grouping of spaces and moving through, very linear.
Because you have the same situation with dropping the ceiling, so you don't see that window head.
But they also could have.
Yeah.
They also
Yep.
could have filled in the windows too to raise the sill height. Nobody's looking at the exterior of that shit.
I'm assuming looking at this, they're trying to stay away from some of the landmark other than like the requirements. It looks like they put the basic requirements on the windows and on the front entries.
And I'm wondering if they just put some sort of a slightly opaque film over the window since the proximity to the next building is so close.
You think this is the only kitchen though? You think this is the only kitchen? Whoa, I like that on the side. That's a refrigerator.
It
That,
looked like a wine.
and that's recessed. That shit is
That's
hot.
definitely looks like a wine rack
You
cooler.
have all of them there.
Is that a wine rack and a refrigerator on each end?
I think it's two.
That shit is a vending machine. smart water vending machine.
Looking at it from this view, I'm looking at the countertops by the windows. They feel like I'm not feeling them because they look like
They look narrow as
radiator.
hell.
They look like radiator covers.
Yeah,
With a sink on top.
they look like they're 12 inches deep
You're talking about which thing now?
Cabinets.
The cabinets on the
by
left.
the window. So they put a sink. Is it two sinks or is that a vegetable sink? Can you go back to the
Yeah, you got two sinks there. Yeah,
There's two sinks.
so you
So
got
they
your
put a
prep sink
vegetable
and
sink?
I would never say.
Oh my God, that looks. I would not want a 12-inch counter in the kitchen. I mean, you got room.
That's what I'm saying. Like you're designing this shit from scratch. Like I get it. We all have tried to come up with creative ways to hide the radiator.
So in order to keep existing windows, it actually looks like the counter height is actually taller than the bottom of the sill.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
I think what's happening is that at the windows, they probably had convector units. So they just basically took advantage of that and just said, well, we'll just run cabinetry there. Because a lot of the buildings in this area, a lot of these like office buildings and buildings in these zones, they have, this is the perimeter of heating that they have in this building type.
it makes me feel like they should have turned the entire island so it faces the refrigerators, and that back part would then be a service countertop without the sink, because
Right.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
But because everything is facing this way, that makes that narrow countertop part of the kitchen.
Yep.
And then what happens with the heat from that? So now these joints got to be metal because we still need to make sure that the heat transfer is still there. Otherwise, we have an inefficient system, which we know radiator heating these days is not the most efficient way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Or are them joints just turned off? And if they're turned off, why didn't they just remove it? Like, this shit costs $27 million. Why are you still using radiator heating? I mean, like when I'm designing a kitchen in a building, I come up with like 3 or 4 different options. This can't be the money. Like, this couldn't have been the best one. But I get it. It's clean. It's linear. But it's a big ass kitchen for it to only have this small. Like, because I don't even. Are you prepping food at that window?
That's what I was wondering, if you have 2 kitchens. I wonder if there's a butler's pantry with another kitchen.
Let's keep going.
Let's find out.
Gotcha.
So this is, I guess, a front end on the park side.
Yeah,
this might be upstairs.
Meeting. There's an office there.
Same lamp that we had downstairs. Yeah, this looks like it might be upstairs because I see a railing with some stairs going downstairs.
It's one of the duplex. The duplex stairs taking you. This is either the upper level.
Is that a stair? What is?
Yeah,
This is the stair taking you down. You see the rail.
You got the same Kenyon Barris painting in the background.
The black.
That's it.
Yeah, inside. Those who've seen it know what I'm talking about. Okay.
AstroTurf.
Of course.
This looks comfortable though.
Yeah, definitely look comfortable.
I'd sleep out there. Nice view. Is this the master bedroom or is this a junior suite?
It opens out into. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to look at that floor plan.
But they beat Pharrell with the curtains.
Yeah, they got those curtains throughout. I like those. It makes it feel really grand, even though like the windows are still a decent size.
I feel like those windows is missing. They're missing a transom.
I was about to say the same thing.
Yep.
It's way too much sheetrock up there.
Yep, I realized that once some curtains go past, I was like, yeah, they missed that opportunity.
Well, actually,
But what is that? Is that might be it? Yeah, it looked like a blind.
It looks like an
they might.
Yeah.
That's right. There you go.
So I think they took care of that.
Yeah.
That looks like it's a rolling blind, and then they have curtains. So that's covering the transom.
Like, yeah, Nico, fuck you. Fucking transom guy. Who's the transom guy?
You're a transom.
And what is a transom?
I was about to say,
Hey.
that's when it flashes. Transom.
Who's gonna define a transom?
Erasmus.
Oh Lord. Usually, I guess it can be operable too, but usually an opening above a door which allows light to come through.
Bang!
There it goes.
I like it. Bang, bang.
Double bond.
Well, she beat Rihanna on the bathroom.
Which
I
hotel?
don't know.
No,
It's better.
I like the tile if that's one piece.
Yeah, this is much cleaner.
It's
And
clean, but they didn't.
Is that a cabinet to the right, or is that just the tile line?
That's the tile. Did you go see the reflection?
Oh, okay.
I
Oh,
like
yeah.
I like the look of the flat bar for towel
Towel rack?
Mhm.
Yeah, I like that too.
Smooth.
And it followed
Really
even
simple
through
bathroom.
to the toilet roll holder.
Oh, yeah.
And for the people seeing this, comparing it to the other houses, this is a New York City condo. There is not much space to work with.
Yeah. And this is not bad. This is a nice job.
That shower head looked weak though.
It looked like you got dual shower heads. You got 2 of them. You got the other one on the wall.
Yeah, it might be.
But that's standard these days. The handheld joint, that's aging in place too.
Aging in place. That's right.
Outdoor space. Looks like they got a little bit of turf down.
This is from the bedroom that we just
Is
saw.
it?
Yeah.
Yes,
I
it
think
is.
you're
You
right.
can see the
Yeah, because they go to transoms
see the bed, and there's your transoms here. Glass above the door.
and those casement windows to the left of that, or the middle window.
Is that vegetation to the left? Do you think that's all real? Those hedges?
I think these are those
It looks like they
perhaps.
It could be potted.
like that long ass planter.
Yeah.
Shit don't look like a place for kids to hang out though.
Nah, you wouldn't have your kids play out there?
Nah.
Why?
Because
might
they're
break
gonna fuck
something.
some shit up. Yeah.
You think they'll break a planter or one of those?
Like that candle, shit looks
$100
way
candles.
way too expensive, way too delicate.
So you don't
Like-
think the A-Rod children and the J-Lo children are hanging out here?
Don't fuck my plants up. Like, back up.
You get another one.
You can't
Wait,
see
what-
one of those dinner and white parties happening here. Everyone with their linen on.
That's what I'm thinking.
So you guys respecting this here?
This is the master.
So this is definitely the
That's-
master.
That's fire. The ceiling height.
So do you walk outside to get dry during the summertime?
Why
Man,
not?
Those
I'm
doors,
there, right?
those doors are open while I'm taking a bath.
And while I'm taking a shit.
Well, where's the toilet?
TMI, bro.
Listen, I'm opening all the doors.
That's why you can't take Brooklyn nowhere.
Listen, we represent everywhere we go. And I'm lighting one on the balcony and in the bathroom.
Yeah, I can see a roach right there on the sink.
So I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but they also have the they have the rain head at the top,
Yeah.
and then they have the regular standard issue there. So
That's
is
the rain head, or is that a vent?
I thought it was a vent,
That looks
I
like
think
a
there's an
diffuser.
extension
Look,
arm.
but it has a head. It has a head, or it has a.
It looks like it's got all the little individual.
It looked like it could be hanging, but it looked
Yeah, it
like
looks
it
like
could
it
be
might
on the
be hanging.
surface. I don't know if I love my bathroom being located off of the patio with
right.
the flooring. Like,
Right. And I don't see a step up or a step down or anything like that. So how are you containing? I mean, you're sloping the water, but if you're standing in the shower, you'd be standing on a slope.
They do have a carpet here. You see that?
Like you have a carpet there.
that is a carpet. That's alpaca.
Alpaca. You block that. You block that.
The rest of it is
To match with the
You got
toilet seat
more
cover.
alpaca.
Yo,
The alpaca. Exactly.
Is that a single slab on the shower up the wall?
I think I see a grout line here.
Okay.
I was wondering the same thing.
But what's happening beyond that piece of glass? The separation, the demising glass. It's like a.
Looks like there's a door or something there.
Is that what that is? Maybe that's the entry into the bathroom, which is further weirder for me to have that shower like there and in that tub.
Maybe that's there's a
And I don't
room over there.
like that tub because I know if I get my ass in there, I'm not fitting.
nah, that tub look pretty big, bro.
That tub ain't big, man.
That's a
Not about
two-person
you.
tub. That's a
Nah,
two-person
bruh.
tub.
Bro, that 2-person what?
It is a 2-person tub.
That's
with
a
that center
two-person tub.
A-Rod and J-Lo are not fitting in that tub together, bro.
No, that's a banana boat, man, for 2 people.
drain. Somebody's getting foot massages in there.
Next image. So
Wait a minute. This building goes through the entire. Is a full through lot.
It's a through lot.
Yes, it is.
That's how they make that size.
That makes sense then.
And that's why you have front and back terraces, top and the lower level.
See?
That
Now
makes
6,000 square feet makes sense.
Yeah.
Got that whole
I don't know
block.
if I can-
All right, the floor plan.
There it goes.
Ah.
So you don't have to. Where's the entry?
So we got the terraces in the front and the back on the 6th floor. So the 6th floor is not that much space.
It's split
It's
Is it-
mostly terrace. Yeah, you got a terrace between it.
and 2 separate stairs.
See,
Okay,
now those windows in the kitchen make sense because I was like, how they got those lot line windows in there with those 2 buildings next to
Yeah, set back.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that wall can't be more than 12 inches, like we thought, man.
it. Negative.
Yeah.
So, by the way, that question about those doors in the bathroom, this is here. There's your oval tub. Those are the dressing room. So there's 2.
Yeah, it was a pass through.
The pass through. There's 2 of them.
Yeah, it was one on the other
So,
side
yeah,
that we
what the-
couldn't see.
And it, excuse me, your toilet is right here.
So let me get this right. So if you're in this apartment or condo,
I've
you
never
want to
seen
go to
that
the
before.
bathroom, you go to the close one, and you got to walk through a staircase corridor to get to the bathroom because there's a hallway there.
Right,
Yeah.
and that's your duplex situation.
Yeah, that's
So you
what
got to
gotta
walk through the hallway to get to the bathroom, and then you got to walk through the bathroom to get to your closet.
do. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah,
Shit.
that's exactly
You do.
what it looks like.
And then there's another closet. Is that a closet?
So it's not
off that other?
okay, Eve. It's not the design the best.
I'm asking.
They have closets in the master. Those are these two closets right here.
But then what's behind that?
That's A-Rod's closet.
He gets a chest.
He got shelves.
That looks like a service entrance.
He gets shelves. Nah, that can't be service entrance.
Think about the scale of this. The master bedroom, that master bedroom is not that big.
It's small. That's what I'm saying. What did you save?
They have a large master suite.
Their bathroom is the same size as their master bedroom.
The bathroom looks bigger.
Yeah, the bathroom does look bigger. And there is no second kitchen, Eve, by the way.
Oh, you're right.
I'm a big fan of that massing. Like you have that terrace. Yeah, big fan.
Yeah, and it's crazy. It's done out of necessity. So it's not even like you can defend it very easily.
So that looks like that's the space that we saw with the ropes and the netting and the lattice work.
The center area here.
The center area.
Yeah.
Like right here, this appears to be the arrival point. This looks like it's the elevator shaft.
The apartment entry. Yeah.
And then you come up, if you're going upstairs, you come up the stairs and you can come out through here. And then again, here's another point of, can't quite tell what that was, service.
You might be right. Those might be the stairs that go all the way up and down.
That's another service moment there. Again, I don't know. But if you look, each section has its own, this service space, and it's in the same spot.
I like how you come up that duplex stair. You're in the duplex stair room. You're not in any of our rooms. Like, you got to get access.
So you thought you could sneak a look.
Yeah.
Right. And then if someone's like, oh, no, I just needed to go to the bathroom. Okay, well, we're right here.
So that shower is...
Yeah, take your little ass in there.
You know what I'm saying?
That shower is floating in the middle of that bathroom then. That's what that exit.
This is a shower here.
Yeah.
And beyond that is your dressing room.
And then the toilets to the side.
Yeah, I'm not feeling that floating shower like that. But
nah, I think I would hope that this could have been designed better or laid out better. But I'm assuming there were some constraints because it being an existing building.
So let's look at it this way: if typically the spaces you want to have want to have a certain amount of light are the public spaces in the house. So your living room, you want to have a dining room is going to have light. You definitely want to have light in your kitchen, right?
Yeah.
And of course, so if you look, that's what they achieved.
They did that, yeah.
Because the dining room is at the portion where there is a sort of a cutout in the building where it steps in. So they grab light from there. It looks like they put opaque panels on the glass of the kitchen, but they achieve that. Then they take full advantage of that doing the upstairs because they have the advantage of having access to lighting from both sides of these smaller footprint spaces above because they have 3 terraces. So they're grabbing light from the 2 bounding streets, and then also they get light from the center of the property. That light also goes down and into this well to create light, borrowed light, and direct light for the dining room and the dining room and kitchen. So there's a lot of constraints. It's a narrow building, but they accomplished a lot in here. But it is definitely
a lot of program.
Packed in. It's packed in.
And if I'm A-Rod, that bathroom's little as fuck. Like, I'm a grown damn man. That's not my bathroom, bro.
That's probably why he's living in Miami.
So, well, now that Erasmus is in the witness protection program.
Erasmus.
Hey, man, it's raining outside.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Maybe on your side. We got to get the lights on, though. We need some lights. Can you turn the lights on, bro, so we can see your face?
All we see is the reflection of the screen in your glasses. So that gives
I see the silhouette.
That's
and your headphone, wire.
So you bought the bottle of beer. What time? Yeah, I mean, I don't love it. I think it has some dope features. But looking at the floor plan, which is that information that we rarely get on these joints, it exposes like that room is great. Like that's a dope room. Like, and we see why it is that way.
Now,
but when you get to the opposite end, you're not gonna have that same experience.
Right.
Now that's the other thing. Like you put yourself in a situation.
Oh, there's another one of those gates.
You got to open the door to get ventilation, natural ventilation at least.
And Manhattan on 24th Street and Madison Avenue.
Yeah,
So you're not opening them doors. You're gonna keep them doors closed.
exactly.
Because you're only 4 stories
So
up, and
that could be an issue. Like, there's no windows right there. They're just doors.
Well, let me ask you this though. All right, cold. Well, clearly they have a Miami home, but when they do have to be here in winter, how thermally broken you think these openings are? If they're going to have a shower and all this stuff right by these large expanse of all this glass and everything on a snowy day in New York.
Oh, you don't know about those insulated curtains?
Radiant curtains?
Nah, send me the spec on that.
Radiant curtains. So we look at this house. It has maybe I should speak for myself. I don't see any special features.
Nah, they damn. So now we got to go back to the money, like we always do.
You had that wow moment coming into this house.
Is a skylight a special feature?
Is it worth 27 million?
I mean, we're looking at an inflated,
The house is regular.
very saturated market. The house is regular, right?
The house is regular. Like,
You're on the 4th floor.
It's no better than a 4-story
floor.
4-story brownstone on the Upper West Side.
I mean, you're getting 6,000 square feet.
That's what I'm saying. You can probably get a, well, shit, those joints be like 70 million sometimes. Like, I don't know, 27 million?
It's a tough buy for me.
It is. Through that penthouse, you said.
I just think I could spend 27 million better in New York.
I hear you. I would agree too.
Then I have a question for you all. What's the most impactful space in here?
The living room.
The outside areas.
I like that center court.
The center court, the living room. When you say living room, you're talking about this space?
The main space.
The
Yeah,
main
I like that space because that has
That
access
space
to
is
the
weak.
outdoor.
That space is weak.
I enjoy it.
That space is weak.
It's the largest open space.
Yeah, but it's large and it's expansive for no reason.
That's the interior designer's fault.
So what's
Facts.
I just feel like I could enjoy this living room because it has outdoor space access. It's close to the kitchen, and that would just be there's plenty of opportunities for me to lounge, chill, and truly enjoy the space and feel like I'm in Manhattan. That's it.
Jeep, I don't see any architectural significance throughout. Like, there's no genius in any. I'm not saying that projects have to have some genius in them, but there's nothing unique about this space.
Agreed.
Like, I like that top floor because of the separation. Like, it can almost feel like it's 2 different homes. So if I'm downstairs and I come up this stair in the front, it's almost like a guest house in a sense. Like, not saying it's, and people probably use it that way, but at least it has that feel. You have that separation. You have all of this space. It feels large. It feels more Manhattan to me than this space because of the outdoor element and all of that outdoor space. Like,
Yeah.
you going to a big rod house party.
If I can add on top of that, I think the major thing about the space is that top floor. It's playing with the terraces and the courtyard, the play between in and outdoor, and you can kind of like traverse through all the different. If you can.
Oh, we lost him.
Damn.
Fired himself. Damn, Ice came and got him.
Ice Cream got him.
Okay, brother, you back?
Yeah, the laptop died. That's all.
Hey.
All good. Finish your point.
I was just saying that I think the most important thing about the building is the experience that can happen on the top floor. But I think it's actually for those who actually live there and more or less who are invited to be there, because it seems to be a more private, more intimate space. But it's just the play of indoors, outdoors, and actually it blurs the line of where the room begins and where it ends. Because if you just open up all those French doors, you get a different experience of just being able to go straight through.
So it sounds like that impactful element is really the
Experiential.
experience, and it's that's why it's like, all right, open everything up, We're gonna go wall to wall and close things. We don't have a lot of stuff out in the way. We want you to be able to walk straight through as much as possible, which you can do on a lower floor, the upper floor, because it's sort of two pavilions and terraces. You're gonna cut through, but then they join the two in the center by having that central terrace between the two pavilion spaces of it. So, I mean, I agree. It's a great use of indoor-outdoor space, and it moves you through all of it. Naturally, there are some areas of bottleneck or some programmatic layouts that we may not all agree on, but there's elements of it that we think are successful. I think the dining area is a little boring, and it could have probably, I think all of us expected a little more, but perhaps that's not their focus. Maybe their focus was more the experiential of other of these spaces that are on the outer bounds and natural light sides of the house as opposed to the dining room.
Some of the most.
I still ain't feeling like just being able to be watched by everybody. It don't say money. It doesn't say money.
Now check this out. Can you imagine yourself in this view? This is the one off the bathroom. Just trying to air dry out here. That's kind of why I like that center court because it's a little bit more private.
Yeah, somewhat.
I don't really care about the hanging lights. That's all about that ambiance that they want. But just being kind of like what Erasmus was saying, being there and giving you that option between the two spaces, having all those French doors open. This is where I would like to hang out.
Yeah, it does create a little isolated experience.
We ready to give this thing a grade?
Let's grade it.
Yeah.
All right. This is a $26 million grading. For this one, I'm in between 3.5, maybe 4 sandals. I'll say 3.5.
I was a clear 3.5.
Yeah, I'd probably lean toward 3.5. 3.75 sandals.
I'm at 3.5 as well. Not quite at the 4. I think that dining and kitchen area really was a letdown in terms of what they could have taken advantage of. It's very sterile kind of space as opposed to the life that they pumped into all the other areas. So that doesn't raise it to the level of the 4 for me.
I'm probably, I don't know, I think I'm 2.5.
Hey!
And the reason why is expectation.
Mm-hmm.
Like if there was no, like if this is $1 million home, 5.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that I'm paying $25 million is I'm underwhelmed. Like 26. Like this is a $5 million condo, bro. So 2.5 for me.
Okay, I give it a 3. I think it loses. I guess it starts falling apart. A lot more could have been done, but on the secondary and tertiary realms, it's just lacking. I appreciate the amount of program they're able to squeeze into the space based off of whatever constraints there were, but just something could have been done up a little more.
Yeah. You know what else, when you were talking about before, not to extend this, but the natural light, that is a feature, and that cannot be ignored as something that's not that doesn't carry some quality and appeal.
So 2.5, I'm 3.5.
They messed up by giving us a floor plan.
Absolutely. That's why they don't.
That's
do
the
that.
worst thing. You don't do that to us. We didn't even talk about those tiny, undersized bedrooms, but that's a different story.
Yeah, that's why they ain't show them shits either.
Yeah.
That's also in New York, but we also have to remember for a lot of the homes that we've been able to look at is that that's one thing that they kind of kept private. Is
Yeah.
they don't want everything in the world out there. And another assumption we can't make is that this is their actual.
But you know what? I value that floor plan than having the actual pictures. Like if we could have, if I had to choose extra pictures of the bedrooms or a floor plan, I'll take the floor plan every time.
Agree. I agree with that. It's going to give, well, for at least for our point of view, because it's going to give us a better understanding of the layout and the program.
Exactly. All right, fellas, good
So that wraps up Jennifer Lopez's Manhattan
J-Lo.
So stay tuned for part 2 and part 3 because she has a California house and she has a house in Miami. Stay tuned for that.
If she don't get more than 4 on the 4 sandals on the next joint, we ain't doing part 3. Fuck that.
If anyone has a house, a home, a building, a dog house, a shed, you want us to review, send it on through. We're ready for it.
All right, fellas.
All right, y'all. It's dinner time.
It's dinner time.
Yes, sir.
Love y'all.